shot and robbed while on the job is out of the hospital. Good evening, I'm Brian Blakely.
And I'm Alicia Barnes. Well, that Uber driver says that he's just grateful tonight to be alive after he was shot twice in his shoulder. A Queen City News reporter Daniel Pierce tonight live outside of the Mecklenburg County Courthouse.
Yeah, Daniel, that driver told you if the bullet would have been 1 centimeter to the right, he might have been dead.
Yeah, and Anthony, that Uber driver, was just so thankful that he is alive, that he is able to go home tonight, and that all of this took him by surprise. He told me that he specifically chose to be an overnight Uber driver because most of the clients that he was helping were people that are just getting off work late at night and have no other way to get home. But what happened Sunday has forever changed the way that he looks at his job.
When they started shooting, I get in a corner.
Did you get in a corner last night?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Tony Gaston doesn't know what's become of his neighborhood. This stretch of homes along the 3500 block of Cypress Pond Drive is full of families, children, and at night, the sound of gunfire.
One pop, and a car sped off.
What he heard was the life of Anthony Facey nearly being taken. The 28-year-old Uber driver was transporting a juvenile customer to a location at around 2:15 Sunday morning. This is when Anthony typically works, but this typical schedule took an atypical turn real quick. Authorities say 38-year-old Antoine Turner walked up to the side of Anthony's vehicle. He then fired at least 2 shots into the side of the car.
Told me this morning, it happened right here on my street, in my neighborhood, at 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever happened, I don't play that.
Things didn't stop there. Anthony drove nearly 2 miles while bleeding to this spot along North Graham Street where he called 911.
Report of an Uber driver who was shot multiple times.
But as this call was going out, the juvenile passenger inside the Uber robbed Anthony of his wallet and ran away. Both suspects were caught incredibly quickly. That is what CMPD told me earlier today. They have not identified or said if both of these suspects were working together or if one crime just led to the other happening. Turner is going to be making his first court appearance here at the Mecklenburg County Courthouse tomorrow. He faces 1 charge of assault with a deadly weapon causing bodily harm and 1 count of shooting into an occupied vehicle. Talking with Anthony today, for the brief moment that I was able to speak with him, he said that these people didn't just take his security or keep him out of a job for a few weeks. He says that he will never want to be an Uber driver again after what happened. Live in Uptown, Daniel Pierce, Queen City News.
Just a terrifying ordeal. Daniel, thank you for getting in touch with them. And in response to drivers being endangered on the job, Uber recently rolled out a rider verification feature to add an extra layer of protection for its workers. And the company says if a driver feels unsafe, they can end the ride immediately.